Hi everybody, I would like to introduce you to my training principles. I used to do training old style, 3 to 5 sets per exercise, sometimes just 2 repetitions with maximum weight. For example, bench press. I could do 60 kilo bench press, 4 repetitions. If I wanted to increase, I sometimes just did 1. And I have to say I had quite a few injuries. It was time consuming. I was training every muscle group twice a week. And then luckily I came across HIT, high intensity training. High intensity training is a very scheduled approach. You have a certain number of weeks where you do a certain training in a very specific way, and then you have a lower intensity part, and it's said to be highly efficient. However, it's not really working for me. I have so many other things going in my life. I need to have my training a little bit flexible. So I took a few essentials of that training and integrated it into mine, meaning that I am only using about 70% of the maximum weight I can do. So I reduced the bench press from 60 kilos to 50 kilos, and I only do 2 sets per exercise. However, per muscle group, I increase the number of exercises. I'd rather target a muscle from different angles than doing many sets from the one and the same angle, because it's the same exercise. So I'm actually doing quite a lot of training still, although when people see me in the gym, I do my things twice and then I leave. They think this woman must be mad. However, the execution of the exercise is very different from before. Bench press is a very good example for it. If you see bench press, you quite often see that people dip the bar when it hits here. So they use the momentum of the rib cage bounce back to get the first bit of the movement done. It's not done by the muscle itself, but it is because the bar bounces back. I'm not doing that anymore because the weight is lighter. I can do that. I let it down slowly, I push it up slowly. It is perfect breathing technique, and the last repetition really is the last. It is done whenever I have with a spotter, so the last repetition does not go up, it goes down, and the rest is done with help. Or I, in the second set, I rip the weights, what means that you do as far as you can with your weight, and then you quickly change the weight to a smaller one and do a few more repetitions. Or you do, if the exercise allows, just half repetitions. So in the videos you will see all these techniques happening, except of the spotter, because I do my videos alone, I didn't have a spotter around. So in the bench press video you will see that I don't go to the limits in that case. But usually I do, because my dear husband is with me and he's a really good spotter. Spotting means that you have somebody around who's helping you when you're going down, and that should happen very gently. Never rip the weight away, just help exactly that amount the person is needing. And quite often it's something like 100 grams that's missing to be lifted up. But that tires the muscle out in a way that I only have to train each muscle group once a week instead of twice a week. And my trainings actually have become shorter. I'm saving at least 15 minutes on each training, although I'm doing more exercises, but the reduction in the sets brings a little bit of time. And I have less injuries, so because of the smaller weight. So altogether this approach is working very well for me. I'm explaining that because if you see the videos from particular muscles, you might think the woman is a little bit mad just to do 2 exercises, 2 sets per exercise. So here's the explanation why. And now have fun watching the intros for the particular muscle groups and the videos. Bye.